Hello guys. Welcome to back to my channel. कैसे हो आप? Now let's create a SQL database. So let's create a SQL database. So ठीक है, I'm creating database name ABC. Then this one. Okay. So I will explain you about all this configuration, what is use of this and which one we need to select. Okay, so let's create. स्टेरिंगच्या खाली नाही का लहानवरी गोल बटन आहे. नाही तुझ्या स्टेरिंगच्या खाली लेफ्टला खाली लेफ्टला म्हणजे खाली खालचा मला व्हिडिओ फोटो पाठव मी तुला दाखवतो. ठीक आहे. Okay, so database is being created. Okay, let's go back. Now if you go to the database SQL, open this database, close this notification. Okay, so now, so you can see, can you see here, am I audible? So if you go to the server, okay, so we
Yes.
need to log in this server. So how to log in this server? So this server is name. Okay, so let's open the SSMS. Okay, I am opening SSMS here. Okay, and I want to log in this, so I will just close existing one. Okay, so I want to connect the database, so let's say this one. So what is the server name? Server name I am putting here. Okay, then SQL this one, their email ID, sorry, login and password is 423. Okay, now let's connect. So it will cannot connect the assembly instance. Okay, so because of the, what is the issue, can you tell me what is the issue? Yes, what is the issue? Can you tell me, Sanjini, why error we are getting? We need to whitelist the IP address. Okay, it is not available on the public network, so we need to whitelist the IP address. From my system it is not giving access, so I will just add my access. Okay, this is my IP address for this machine. Okay, this I am putting home. Okay, and then I will save it. So what will happen now, once I update my IP address, it will allow me to connect to the database. Okay, it will allow me to connect to the database. So let's go back to the channel. Okay, and let's connect to the database. Now you will see this one. Okay, so we are able to now connecting to the server, and in that server what are the databases are created, that database you will see here. Okay, you will see here. So let's see it open first. Okay, so it is open, just open database. So what was the database name we created? ABC, right? So we created ABC database name. Okay, so what we will do now, in database we will create some table and we will load some sample data, and then we will try to, okay, once database is ready we will connect the Databricks. Okay, we will connect this database using PySpark to the Databricks. Okay, so let's connect the table. So I will just create this, create a new query. Okay, so now let's see. So I want to write, I have some query already available. Okay, okay, so this is database, ABC database. So I want to just create a, run this query to create a table, employee table. Okay, not this one. Okay, let's copy this, go here, paste. So let's run this. Okay, so it is saying stage. Okay, yeah. So schema we need to create a schema name is a stg. So let's create schema first. Okay, and now we will create table. What is this? There is a department table we need to create. So there is a constraint. Okay, so I think we will create a department table first. Okay, let's create a database department table, and then we will create a employee table, because we are creating some foreign key like a constraint also here. So that's why we need a first department table. Okay, so we created table. Now we will insert some sample data. So I have already queries for sample data. Okay, okay, so we loaded data. How to check the data whether available or not? Select star from, what is table name? stg emp. Okay, so we have data. So what I want to do through the, okay, let me open the paint. So what I want to do, we want to make a one scenario which will pull the data, from database. Okay, and it will load data into the storage account. So there is a Databricks. So how we will pull? We will write the programming in the PySpark in Databricks. Okay, so Databricks, this is a DB, SQL DB. Okay, Azure SQL DB, and this is a blob storage. Okay, it's the, so it will pull the data from SQL and it will load data into the blob storage as a file. Okay, so these things we will do this. So now let's go back to the, where we'll go in the Databricks. Okay, so let's create Databricks. So what we will do, very firstly we will try to create a new this one. Okay, let's create a new notebook, and we will give the name as a SQL to SQL to blob storage. SQL to blob storage. Okay, okay, now how to connect? What we will do first, yes, Shamli, Sanjini, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. So what we will do now?
फर्स्ट आपण डेटाबेसचा ऍक्सेस घ्यावा लागेल ना.
Can you speak in English? Yeah. So we already have access. Okay. So we need to get access for this database also. So that time we will see. Okay. So we will get a IP address also. But what is the first step? My question is, what is the first step? So very first step, we will create a connection, right? From Databricks we will make a connection. How to make a connection? So usually we had a code also, right? Last code we had. So I'm just copying this code. Okay, so what is the database name? Server name? What is the server name? Okay, so how to see the server name? Just go to database. Okay, in database you will see the all details. What is the server name? So this is a server name we need to copy, and we will go back and we will paste here. Okay. Okay, so this is server name. We will not use this one 1433. Okay. And then what is the database name? Database name is a ABC. Okay, so database name is a ABC. What is the URL? Like server name we have, now database name we have. Now we need to create some JDBC connection property. Okay, so that is also one of the code you can use for every time whenever you create a connection with the SQL database. Okay, so username, what is your username? What is the username? We have typed
Shamli.
Shavni, right? Password is there. So I will use Nagpur at 1993. Okay, and driver name com.microsoft.sql server.jdbc SQL server database. Okay, this is a property. Now there is only one statement which will just use this all detail to make a connection with the. Okay, how to do this? There is only one statement. Okay, there is only one statement which will make a connection. Okay, and we can read the data directly. So properties, this one. Okay, so using this connection you can directly read the data from this one. So we need a one table name also. So we will create a table name also. Table name. Okay, we'll create table name df.show. So we will see the data now, df.show, for just to check data is there or not. Okay, so now I think we don't have this cluster. We need to create a cluster also. I think cluster is there. Okay, cluster is not there. Let's create a cluster. Okay, so first we just mention, we just store the, we created first variable like server name, database name, URL, properties, and then we made a directly connection using this just statement. Okay, so what it will do, it will just connect to that table and load the data into the particular df. Okay, data frame. In data frame, data is come, has been, I mean it is stored or not, we can check using df.show. So let's see. I will take all the scenario which require in the real time example. Okay, real time work. So you don't need to worry about like what it will be useful when you try, when you start your real time project. Okay, everything I will cover here.
The driver path is same
Sorry.
as it is. It's a default driver.
Yeah, driver is by default. This is for the SQL Server. It is a Microsoft. But if you suppose connecting the Oracle or something, so driver will be different. Okay, this will be different. So you can just check like for Oracle what will be the driver. Okay, so now cluster is connected and attached. So let's run this query. Let's see whether it will work or having will get any error. Interrupted. Okay,
So where we found the driver?
you can search anywhere.
On,
If you want to see the like driver for any of the
okay.
database, even you can ask for ChatGPT, they will give you the driver name. Okay, for particular Synapse or particular like Oracle or Redshift, any database. Okay, so we are getting error. What error it is? It is showing. Okay, now only Sanjini will tell me what is the error. This one. Why we are getting this error? Can you read at least? Cannot open the server. This is a server name, right? Requested by login. Client with this IP address. So what we need to do?
IP address.
We need to whitelist the IP list because it is not accessing the public IP. So we will give the access on the public IP on this IP address. So let's go to the server first. Go to the network. Okay, and I will create a new one. And then we will save it. Okay, so for this IP address, it will allow to connect or interact with the Azure cloud. Okay, so now let's go back and run again. Okay, again we have got a error. So what is saying? The table name is not a valid. Why it is not valid? Shamli?
Schema name.
Schema name is not a
We
DBO.
use
What is our schema
STG.
name? If you go back, what was our schema name? We created the STG, right? Not a DBO. So you can see we created the STG schema, and then we created table on the schema level. So let's go back. So what is that? Schema is a STG.
STG.
Let's run this. Okay, so we got a data. So you can see the all the columns and their data, right? So if you want to see in the display mode, display we can see the in the proper structure df. Okay, and I will make. Okay, let's run this. Okay, so now you can see the data, emp data. Okay, so we are able to successfully connect to the SQL server. Now what is the next step? Next step is we want to load this data as it is into the file. We want to load the same data as it is into the file. Okay, so how?
Mount.
Huh? Yes, so we need to create a connection again for the blob storage, because where we want to store into the particular blob storage. If you go to the here in the particular storage account, so you want to store into the particular blob storage account. So let's go to the storage account. We have one by default created here. We will use that as it is for the practice purpose. They won't allow to create any other new, so we will use the same. Okay, so I had created one one storage, like one container I have created. If you open this, okay, so here I want to load all the files with the name employee. Okay, the same data I want to load into the as a file into the okay. Let's now let's now create a connection. How to create connection, can you tell me? Okay, so this is a step. So let me clear this result. How to clear the result? Go to the run, go to the clear all cell output, clear all set output. Okay, I want to create one more cell. There I will create a connection for the blob storage. How to create a blob storage connection? Yes, Shivani.
We need to create mount point, right?
Sorry,
Mount point we need to create, no?
we need to create a mounting. Okay, what is the other option? Sanjini. So whenever, okay, you can make a mountain when you want to read the data frequently. Okay, but if you want to just access write the data into there, we can directly have a one procedure, just two line of code. Okay, so how to do this? Let's see. So we had a one code previously, right? Because you want to load into the particular storage and particular folder inside the storage account. Okay, so you don't need to be mount this one. Okay, so we will first directly give the location access on the storage account and we will load. Okay, so let me write down here all the files. What is our storage name, storage account name, and what is our container name? Can you tell me?
Container name is all files.
Container name is all files. Okay, and storage account name is a cloud shell. Container name is a cloud shell. Okay, so let's go. Now let's create a this one. Okay, so this is a syntax to configure this storage account. Okay, and then output, you need to give the path where you want to load, that path you need to pass. Okay, so what is the this storage account key? Okay, so you need to give the storage account name here. What is your storage account name? What is storage account name?
Cloud shell.
Cloud shell. So I will just copy the name. Okay, and then we need to add a storage account key here. Okay, so how to get a storage account key? Yes, so if you go here, okay, go to container security, and then you have access key, right? You should know everything. Okay, just remind like where you will get access key, where you will get like all this detail. Now show it and copy this access key. Okay, so this is a key 1, key 2, anything you can take, but we'll take a 1 first. Okay, and now paste here storage account key. Okay, now output path, in which path you want to just load it, this one. So container name we need to provide. What is container name? This one. This is our container name. Then storage account name, sorry, not container name, this one.
All
Yeah,
files.
so container name, this one. Storage account name, container name is a all files. Okay, so let's go here. What is the container name? All files name. Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, and then I will put here where it is container name, this one. Okay, that is, now there is only one statement that we can use to write the file on this particular container, in this particular container, right? This container now is empty, so we will write the data into this container as a CSV file, so you can write down into the other file as well. Like if you want to write down into parquet file, if you want to write down into the CSV, you can do this. Okay, so just paste it. Okay, and then for CSV, how to write down the CSV? So I want to loaded file into the CSV format. So you can write down this statement, data frame dot write dot mode overwrite. Overwrite means every time it will just overwrite the file. Then option header, it should show the header also. Header is there, and dot CSV output. Dot CSV means it should be in the CSV format, and output path. Output path. What is the output path? This is path, right? In this particular path, it should overwrite the file. Okay, it means this is a path. We are giving the location that they should paste the file into this path. Okay, where it is store, we store the output path. Okay, so we just given the variable name that this CSV file should write down here. So let's run this now. Let's run this. We'll see if any error is there or what. Okay, so it is done. So you can go back and check file is there or not. Just refresh the this all file storage. So you can see in this storage, in this container, we got a one.csv file. Okay, just go to the SQL. This is a CSV, it should be CSV file, but we got some partition file. So let's go back. I think there is something. So what is the file format? This file is nothing but okay. So I will just delete this file. We need a CSV format, right? We need a CSV format. Okay. So how to get CSV format? Let me get a syntax, correct syntax. So you can see this, the file available in CSV format. Okay, so whenever you load file, you will get like that. Okay, their detail, whether it is success or not, and their file. Okay, so I just wanted to see the data. So data, you can see this is the EMP data, but I wanted to give the table name also. How to give the name? How to give the name? Okay, so we will try to delete this and we'll write down, I mean load data. How to delete this? Oh, it's not getting deleted. What happened? Okay, so this is a CSV format. If you want to create into the, if you want to write down into the uh, Parquet format, okay, there's a Parquet this one, okay, there's a Parquet format. So one was like a, there's a Parquet, okay, there's a Parquet format. So how to write down the Parquet format? So Parquet format, so most of the company use it because it is a faster than CSV. Okay, why it is faster than CSV? Because when it store the data, it store into the, in particular their format, in a partition format, not in one single file. Okay, so better to use the, that's why mostly company go with the Parquet one. Okay, so how to write down in Parquet format? So let's see. So for Parquet also, you just need to write down dot, instead of CSV you can write down dot Parquet. Instead of CSV you can just write down like a Parquet, and there is no header kind of option. Okay, just remove this, and see, instead of CSV you just need to write down Parquet. Instead of CSV there is a Parquet. Okay, output path. Okay, and then I just wanted to make some, so what happened, we created this folder. Now I will create some, add in some name like, this is Parquet format. I'll create a folder like Parquet name. Okay, Parquet data, like that. So you will see the data inside that folder. Let's run this. Yes, okay. So it is successfully. Now let's go back. Go to all files. Okay, so you can see Parquet data folder is created. So if you go inside there, you will see the partition. Okay, this is a partition. It gives a single file, but if data is a huge, it will create a partition basis on their size. Okay, there is a by default algorithm. Okay, so if you see the data how will look like, let's see this in Parquet format. Okay, so this is data, it won't be visible like that, okay, in Parquet format, but if you open in particular our file, you will be able to see this. Okay, so Parquet format always, mostly company refer to store data into Parquet format. Why? Because it create a partition. Okay, in partition wise it create a multiple file for the data, and when it read it data, it read the data whole it combine the all partition and it will give you the result like that. So it is faster than other files. Clear hai?
Yes.
Okay, so now this is a connection for the SQL to the blob storage. So we have seen what are the what are the things we have seen till now. So we've seen like blob storage to SQL database, SQL DB. Then we seen SQL DB, SQL DB to blob storage, blob storage. Okay, now we will see connect REST API, connect REST API and store into storage, store into storage account. Okay, and after that we will see like connecting the REST API with token, okay, for login, then store data into SQL database. Okay, so this scenario we will see tomorrow. So are you clear about this? Are you clear this one? Both of you? Okay, so
Yes.
you just do the practice on this and then we'll connect tomorrow and we'll start this one. Okay, so how to connect with the REST API and store into the storage account, and then we will see the like how we can use the token while login to the API and then use for the calling to the next API. So everything we'll see, so that this will be the real time actually scenario. Okay, okay, so we'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Okay, bye.